Today's paper, first page. If you take today's Hindu, first page, Trump terms India's high tariffs on US products unacceptable. In G20 summit, Trump also went, and Trump told that India imposing high tariffs. India imposing high tariffs on US products unacceptable. Okay, and Trump wants, as you all know, Trump is a businessman. For Trump, everything is business. So, Trump wants low tariffs so that American businesses will survive. American interests will survive. So, Trump is trying to have very strong mechanism over India so that India will listen to Trump. So, if Trump puts a lot of pressure on India, definitely India will yield. This is Trump's plan. Next thing, important thing, Bombay High Court upholds reservation for Marathas. Reservations have become a big issue in the country, and Maharashtra government have given 16% quota for Marathas, making the reservations in Maharashtra to 68%. So, generally, according to Mandal Commission judgment, reservation should not cross 50%. Reservation should not cross 50%. Now, the reservations went up to 68%, but the court told, see, giving 16% is unacceptable, but it should be around 12 to 13%. But see whether this will remain here or it will go to up to Supreme Court. Definitely there will be a case again, appeal will be filed in the Supreme Court. And Narendra Modi have conducted talks with Shinzo Abe, the Japanese premier. Okay, and the most important thing, India-Japan relations is India and Japan have very good cooperation. With respect to Japanese investments in India, Delhi-Mumbai Industrial Corridor, bullet train project, and most of the Japanese companies, including Honda, including Suzuki earlier, most of them are present in India. So, India-Japan relations are really going up, and Modi's visit to Japan on the eve of G20 summit is another milestone between India and Japan relations. Kindly follow the outcome today and tomorrow. G20, what happened in G20 and who all talked about G20 and all these issues. India-Japan relations. And if you see second page, third page, fourth page, sixth page, they are not that important. Generally in the seventh page, at least one important news will be there. In Hindu paper, generally in the seventh page, at least you can have one important news. If you get time, kindly read Sherin's foster father gets life sentence. Not very important, but you should know what is going on in the society also. Crimes against children by near relatives, kith and kin. This is an important thing. Coming to 8th page, editorial page. 8th page is editorial page. Generally, 8th page will be editorial page. The heading of the editorial, at the high table. At the high table. So, we will discuss how to read, how to make notes on this. As you all know, India is a growing power and one of the leaders of the developing world. One of the leader of the developing world. Developed world means the rich countries, rich economies like America, Canada, Britain, Germany. Developing world, Brazil, South Africa, India, these countries come under developing world. India is one of the important leaders of the developing world, and United Nations Security Council have 15 members, 5 permanent, 10 non-permanent. America, Russia, China, France, Britain. Okay. If you see the composition of the 5 permanent members, the global south, If you see the world map, the entire south went unrepresented. The entire south went unrepresented. So, there is an urgent need for UNSC reforms. Coming back this particular article, 55 Asia Pacific countries unanimously supported India's candidature as non-permanent member to UNSC. This is a very finest example how the countries come together and supported India. That means they accepted India was as a responsible power to represent in the United Nations Security Council as non-permanent member. Till now, India 7 times worked as non-permanent member. Each time 2 terms. 10, you all know 15 members, 5 are permanent, 10 are non-permanent. The 10 non-permanent members will be elected for a 2 years term. Till now, India have done as non-permanent member for 7 times. Okay, now India can demand permanent seat in UN Security Council in the future times. It gives a very big boost for India, a leap forward for India to ask for that. Okay, because try to understand. Global South have no representation in the permanent membership. Number 2, India is the second largest populous country. As per the recent UN reports, by 2027, India is going to be the most populous country and India is the largest democracy. In the purchasing power parity, India is number 3 and India has impeccable track record as a responsible nuclear power. India never waged war on itself. India don't follow doctrine of preemption. Means on its own, India never waged war on any country. India is a responsible neighbor and a leader of developing world, and most importantly, India is also good contributor to UN efforts, including UN peacekeeping forces. India is one of the largest troop contributor to UN peacekeeping forces, and India also always shows respect to international law and international regimes. So, India have every moral right to ask for permanent membership in UNSC. What all I told, if you could able to write an answer like an answer, it will be very good for you. Very good for you. Okay, the question is, Asia Pacific group unanimously supported India's candidature as a non-permanent member in UNSC. How did India can use this, and what is the worth of India to become a permanent member in the UNSC? And for that I already told answer just now. Okay, so you can read this article very well, and how the year 2022 is very sentimental to India, because 75 years of India's independence. So, India will be 2021-2022 2 years as a non-permanent member. 2022 is a sentimental year, and fantastic thing is China and Pakistan also supported India's candidature. China and Pakistan also supported India's candidature, and India now have to face UNSC in a proper way. Then definitely as a responsible power, India will get through this position in the future. And next article, a democratic requirement. A democratic requirement. See, you need to understand this article and write an answer. Why opposition is very, very important in the parliament. Jeremy Bentham, a famous political thinker, spoke about a concept called utilitarianism. It is enough that if majority are happy. Majoritarianism, expressing minority opinion. It is right that BJP got 303. It is also right that Congress got 52. But every single MP have the right to represent his dissent, have the right to make his voice resound in the parliament with strength and religiousness, means in a very pious way. He should use his democratic right of dissent. But unfortunately, we live in the world of majoritarianism. We want very strong opposition. If there is no strong opposition, there won't be a responsible government. The opposition should always try to find fault with the government, and government will always be working very well, efficiently, if it really worries about the opposition and the dissent. So definitely democracy will survive and will be fruitful only when there is a very strong opposition. And unfortunately in 16th Lok Sabha and 17th Lok Sabha, one single party, I cannot say unfortunately, even fortunately, one single party got thumping majority. It's really fortunate because you can get a stable government. At the same time, we should also have effective opposition to always keep the incumbent government in its toes and to check its flaws so that we will get a better governance. A strong opposition makes a strong democracy and a strong country. And coming to this article, today the parliamentary opposition in India is not merely fragmented but also in disarray. There seems to be hardly any opposition party with a vision or strategy for its institutional working. Okay, so opposition party will have a voice if it has strength, and a party to be recognized as an opposition party should have at least 10% of seats in Lok Sabha, 55 seats. Even Congress is falling short of that. So let's hope that in parliamentary democracy we need opposition, and this particular article is very, very important for all of you, those who take social science option like public administration, political science, and also in polity. Kindly read in detail and make note of this article. This is about need for strong opposition to check the government. A next important article is a policy to regulate coaching centers. 15 days back, there is an incident in Surat. A fire cracked out from, I think, first floor or second floor of the coaching center, and students died. This was pathetic. Here the other also mentioned need for coaching, why we need coaching. The other says coaching controls inherent, no, coaching cannot substitute for natural talent. Other is right. But why coaching? Is it fatal? I'll tell positives and negatives in this article. See, if the fundamentals are strong, if you say for example civil services coaching, if fundamentals are strong, if you are very good at your schooling, including writing skills, you don't require any coaching. Don't require any coaching. If the fundamentals and basics are very weak, you require coaching. First thing. Second thing, yes, coaching is promoting unequal competition. Those who are rural background, those who cannot afford, cannot come and take coaching, and those who are urban background who can afford can come and take coaching. There is a difference. So this definitely is creating some difference. Why don't the system or the government can create such a schooling where student can go to any entrance exam without coaching? If the basics and schooling and college level education is very qualitative, coaching is not at all required. It is not at all required. But unfortunately this is the problem. Even to write a paragraph, even the graduates, they cannot go. And coaching cannot definitely substitute natural talent. Any coaching, anything, it is merely 10%. But beyond that 90%, it is our natural talent. Without students' hard work, without students' skill and acumenship, coaching center is nothing. It is of zero value. This is the truth. This is the truth. But why do students go for coaching? The only thing is fundamentals. The fundamentals. If they are strong with that, I don't suggest, because I have not taken any coaching, proper coaching, and I have to pass civil service exam, particularly for my optional, no teacher offered coaching. I learned by myself. So if you learn by yourself, definitely it will is an added value. But the thing is, you need to have a lot of determination and courage to face the competition. Competition is very, very high, and to maintain that continuity for a long time, definitely if you have peer group, if you have a institution, it helps, but at the same time it depends on person to person.